From cement, let's move on to metals. And the first management on the show is Vedanta. Well, it reported a pretty good set of numbers. The aluminium segment, that's looking extremely good. To help us out with how the last quarter's numbers were and what's the way ahead, we're joined by Ajay Goel, the Group CFO at Vedanta. Hi, Mr. Goel. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining in. Well, the aluminium business, that's shaping up very, very well, right? Let's focus first on aluminium and the global demand-supply dynamics. How is it playing out? And how do you expect pricing to shape up from here on?
You're right. Across the Vedanta portfolio, and aluminium has come a long way. If you look at the last quarter, aluminium growth in EBITDA is about 35%, and our EBITDA is more than 5,500 crores, which is more than 45% of total profit pool in Vedanta. Looking at the pricing over the last couple of months, the pricing in aluminium is upwards of $2,850 per ton. Globally, aluminium remains a metal in demand. It also remains a substitute for the green metal. We do see in near future, the demand for aluminium remains lofty. In that case, pricing will remain elevated. The second lever in terms of profit in aluminium is our cost of production. And over the last couple of years, Vedanta's efforts strategically has reduced cost of production by almost 27% over the last 2 years. So we do see that aluminium business in Vedanta portfolio remains our highest profit business over the next couple of years.
Well, that's right. That business has scaled pretty well. But just getting back to that point on aluminium pricing, we expect it to hold around current levels. And also, since your alumina plant, the second plant has got commissioned, how much lower can your cost of production for aluminium reduce by?
Yes. So in terms of the pricing for aluminium, we do see it over the near future. It will be between the range of $2,850 per ton to almost $3,000 per ton. Now, coming to aluminium cost of production, as we know, Vedanta's integration on supply chain in terms of our refinery in Lanjigad is coming live as we speak. In that case, our COP from the current almost $1,850 per ton will go down to almost $1,750 per ton. In that case, our margins will be more than $1,000 per ton.
Okay, all right. Mr. Goel, Vedanta Limited has been doing okay, but the question is what happens at Vedanta Resources? And out there, you'll have deleveraged the books considerably. Now, the question is, will the dividend payout as well reduce? Because otherwise, you'll be paying out dividend primarily for Vedanta Resources. And now, do you think the focus will shift on deleveraging the listed entity, Vedanta Limited?
At Vedanta parent, Vedanta Resources, over the last 3 years, our debt has come down from 9.1 billion to about 4.5. So at VRL, we are at historical lowest debt over 1 decade, and that trend will continue. In Vedanta India, the operating company Vedanta Limited, you may have seen it's an OpCo, and that to a high growth path. Maybe the right metric to look at, in fact, is net debt to EBITDA, which has improved from almost 2x a couple of years ago down to 1.4x. So we do see at VRL debt going from current 4.5 billion to 3 billion. At Vedanta India, our leverage going from 1.4x to 1x. So both VRL and Vedanta India will keep deleveraging in near future, mostly from operating free cash flows.
All right. So Vedanta Resources, Vedanta Limited, both of them, the debt will reduce out there. But the street is very confused. Why would Vedanta bid for JAL? Now, there are very few synergies according to the street. Tell us, give us the rationale. Besides the power assets, the street is a little bit confused on this front.
Right now, the entire process of JAL acquisition is a work in progress. And as you may have seen, we got approval in terms of Competition Commission of India. The COC, the Committee of Creditors, is yet to vote, and that will take some more time. The key reason to acquire Jayaprakash has been our interest in the power business, which is more than 2 gigawatt, including hydropower. The remainder assets remains an opportunity. Maybe let us leave it there for now. We are very confident that Jayaprakash is coming to Vedanta.
Let's focus on the steel asset then. There's been some confusion. Scale up or sell? What is the current plan?
We work on both the path. Our position on our steel business has not changed over the last couple of years. As we look for the right valuation, Vedanta has grown both organically at the same time through acquisitions. We haven't sold assets. But at the right pricing, Vedanta remains open, look for disposing our steel business. At the same time, we keep investing for growth at steel from current 1.6 million ton per year to through 3 million tons. So both growth and potential partnership can coexist, and they will remain coexisted.
Let's focus on the biggest trigger for the stock, the demerger. And the question is Vedanta ready to give a bank guarantee to the Ministry of Petroleum to cool down their concerns with regard to the demerger? Will you do that?
So you may have seen in the last NCLT hearing, the SEBI has approved Vedanta's demerger. And the next date of hearing, in fact, is on the 12th of November. And that hearing we see as conclusive. Vedanta is agreeable to keep the corporate guarantee in case if that's a requirement. But we are very, very confident that a demerger will reach conclusion by end of fiscal, as we have earlier committed.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Goel. We'll hold you to these numbers, and you're sounding optimistic about the demerger. We'll have to see, how and when it does get cleared. But appreciate you joining in.